Today. First, I would like to play instructive chess, interesting chess, and share my thinking as we go. And the second is that we are quite close from my peak rating, so maybe we can reach a new peak rating today. We are about 30 points short, so it's quite close. All right, let's see how it goes. Welcome. Actually, it's exactly 30 points. My peak rating is 2563, and now we have 2533. English opening. Okay, there's of course many ways to play against this this opening. One plan is to play d5 or try to do something like d6 and play like King's Indian setup. I have played this quite a lot. Maybe knight c6. It's first, and usually these kind of moves are played here. Okay, rook e1 is quite natural, but usually it comes a bit later. I try to prevent knight g5 and play bishop e6. Now d5 might be an idea. Okay, e4. This looks a bit strange to me because, well, okay, it blocks this diagonal, of course. It's a playable option, but still. Maybe f5 is already a move for black. Of course, knight h4. And then maybe knight e7. Should I stop this b4? Okay, why not? After knight d5, we can play a4. Okay, knight c5 hits the d3, and then we have option to play a4, unless bishop e3 is something. Might be actually, but okay, let's see. Knight c5. I think this should be at least playable for black. f5 was another idea, and of course maybe even knight e7, c6, d5, or we try to get f5. Okay, d4 is somewhat hanging, but bishop g4, use the spin plan. We have to give our bishop there, but I think it's fine. But interesting idea is that can we sack a pawn here? Maybe a3, a4, I mean, and when knight takes, then just bishop d7. And the idea is to use this diagonal, this square, bishop there, and so on. It's a bit risky. Okay, but I think I would like to try it, because that might work actually. I don't know, should I play bishop g4 first? Okay, he took there with the that knight. But still, I think h3 might get... okay, might provoke some weaknesses, and at least now we have diagonals. I think I can try to create something, maybe c6 with the idea to get queen here. Of course, if I don't get anything, then I'm just pawn down. But there's good chance that I can play b5, use my bishops, and these pieces are not cooperating at the moment. So at least this is an interesting idea. Hello everyone. We have a poll in the chat about cheating. I will explain in details why I put that kind of poll, but let's play this first. Okay, he tries to take here. b7 is hanging, but maybe I can take here, and then on d3. Actually, he has rook b3, so no chance to do that. Okay, this is hanging, so knight e6, d4, I take here, d5, we can take. So I can't see any problems with knight e6, because queen here, then we can play c5, and d4 is not an option anymore. There's lots of different kind of plans then. So now we are trying to get this pawn back, and then black is better. So I think queen c1 is needed. Of course, d4 is now a good choice for white. c5, the downside is that d5 square is good for knights. Maybe d5 or b5. It's not so easy to decide which one. Can I do this? Trade queens, and then this will drop. f4, queen here. d4. Okay, it's a bit risky because white is getting so big center, but d5 looks interesting. Okay. Well, maybe queen e7, queen f6. Many different options. Maybe rook here to get... but knight c3. But then I can do this. Or maybe just rook here. What to do now? Okay, maybe queen here. After d4, these are hanging. Okay, let's do this. Have to speed up a bit because he's playing so quickly. Okay, maybe he didn't see my plan. Or maybe he's quick enough for d4, d5. Okay, now I can take this at least, but I would like to keep my bishops. Okay, c5 actually. If he takes, I have chance to take on a1. Maybe there is some counterplay, but it's still better for me. This is very risky decision for white. Now we have at least very nice tempo, Benko-like counterplay. This pawn will be a very strong one. d3, this is hanging. c4 is a weak spot, and g2 bishop is not doing much. Unless white can play f4, e5. Let's play d3. And then rook c1. Oh, there's knight d4. Oh, so this wasn't the best. Damn. Oh, why I did it that way? Okay, maybe I can do this, but it's not what I went. I should do something like this. Okay. Okay, I'm still in the game, but this is not as good as could be. Queen is hanging, and I will win c4. A3 is weak. Again, bishops are much better than bishop and knight, unless he can do this. It takes two moves at least. Okay. Let's take the exchange. I think he's going to lose even more now. Okay, maybe not. c4 is hanging. Okay, and then rook goes to c1. There's too many pieces hanging here, here, here. I can take here. After rook b2, rook e1. Okay, and then let's collect this one because this is dropping and also a3 is dropping. There's no e5. Have to protect this one. Okay, maybe rook trade is the easiest way if white can't play that kind of move. But let's see. Okay, maybe he tries to get f4. Maybe this is good position to think what to do. Maybe f5 actually. King first here and then f5 to try to break this position, and then maybe trading rooks if rook goes to b2. Okay, now I think I could just push f5 because bishop is hanging. Oh, there's king f2. I mean, rook here first. Okay, he tries to win this. Okay. My idea is to trade rooks. I think this should be easy winning. Technical win. Of course, there is no too many pawns, so have to be careful. So g5 is good idea because then there is, okay, I think he should take there, but now I can play for checkmate and take this when king has to go to back rank. Maybe even this one wins, but this plan is probably even better. Okay, I think it goes the same, so let's take it. D pawn will drop, and of course sometimes this kind of fortress ideas can work. Not here, not today. No stalemate. Okay. I would like to check a few key moments from the game, because there was an interesting moment when I played that queen sacrifice. No, queen sacrifice, pawn sacrifice. Hello, welcome. Please keep the chat in English that everyone can follow. By the way, there's a poll in the chat about cheating, and the reason why I put that kind of poll is that I played against a player, and then I got a message from chess.com that he was a cheater, and okay, I got those rating points back, but I think there was a real effect on my games. If you want to check those games, you can find previous streams from Monday and last Friday. I didn't really understand why he plays that kind of moves, and it was very hard to concentrate on games after that game and also during those games. And I think we played draw. We played 3 games, and all those ended draw, but somehow it was very confusing to play against that player, because there was so many weird moments, I mean unhuman moves and so on. So I would like to ask your opinion about cheating in online chess. Is it common or not? Have you faced it? And you can also give your stories in the chat. We can discuss about this topic today. I think it's an important topic, and of course it's very nice to know that I was right about that player, because it was so suspicious that somehow he played very well, and in some positions he played like completely amateur or something like that. But okay, but back to this game, and you can give your vote if you want, and also share some thoughts about online cheating. Okay, this is already a bit better for black, but according to the computer, a4 is a good idea. Okay, I just thought that he can take here and then a4 drops, but probably d3 is already also this is also a weak spot. Okay, I can do this. It's a bit hard to understand that. Okay, maybe I have time for c6, and then eventually d pawn is a weak spot, and then c4 might get weak because no b3. There's no b3. Okay, and if knight jumps here, we have time for this. Taking here, knight d4, c6, and black is better. Okay, but this is not easy decision to make here, because it takes so much time to evaluate and calculate these kind of plans. So I played this one, and usually even if you are going to lose this d4, it's still playable. But let's see. My a4 is second best according to the computer. So not that bad. I didn't want to do this because then I have to take on f3. According to the computer, it's very good one. Okay. I didn't see that I can play a4 now, and then it stops b4 plans. Now I have much better knight, and at least as good as... I mean, these bishops are equally good. I can play c6, and then this diagonal is not so important anymore. Maybe I can play f5 or even bring my rook here after a4. Interesting. Anyway, I think I would choose this plan if I could see that I have a4 there, but okay, this looks interesting. And okay, now it's clear that a3 is going to get weak. I think I was expecting something like this, but then I can put my knight here, and then d4. This center looks very strong, but if I can create counter attacks, then it might get weak. And it seems that computer agrees that this is playable. Maybe c5 is the easiest way to get something typical. I mean, this kind of structure, but white can't. Why? I mean, white doesn't have to play d5. Now this would be easy to play because it's very similar than Bengo structure, and this is clearly better for black because we have very good minor pieces and white's pieces are misplaced. But the downside is that white can take here, and now suddenly it's not so easy anymore. This is very good outpost, and white is better here. So c5 is not possible at the moment, but maybe f5 or queen somewhere, and okay, maybe there is no chance to play c5, but still good chances to attack in the center. Now I was having good time here because the pawn is so strong. But okay, d3, I didn't see that knight jumps here. I only saw this one, and now I could create very strong play against c4. This was what I tried to get. There's no time to take d3, and I think this works perfectly. Queen goes here after rook c1, for example. But after knight f4, I have to win this game again. I mean, it's not so easy anymore. But okay, this was the move. Okay, he plundered here. Pieces are not coordinating, and the rest is quite easy. Yes, okay. To the next game. Good morning. Yeah, that's true. And sometimes you don't know exactly what are those unhuman moves, but something is not right, and that was the case with that guy which I met on Monday and Friday, last Friday. Hopefully we can play against humans today. Najdorf, Sicilian. H5 is very common move nowadays, But of course, this is still the main line. b5 is not. It's too early. I think a4 is now a good move here. Oh, probably this is old main line. Yeah. Maybe g4 is also an option for white, but I think I have seen something like this. It looks... Yeah, okay. I think this is not a good option for black. a5. This is still playable, but I think there's something that white can do, but I can't remember what is the exact plan or move order. Okay, a5 looks pretty good. Then there's chance to take this later, and it's very hard to move the rook, and d5 is not dropping. So let's do this. At least I think it's playable. Maybe not the best, but playable. And now I would like to put my bishop here, that after e4 I have f4, because knight g4 is very annoying, and I would like to play f4. Without that, black might get play on e-file. This is standard play. I can't remember what is the plan, but anyway, I think this is too slow somehow. Okay, castling. Ah, yeah, the idea is to hit here, and that's why I need rook d1. Maybe now rook goes here. Knight c5. We can take and play d6, so that is not a problem. Rook here. Then rook here. Queen here. Rook goes back. I think, there's e4 and knight e5. I have to be careful. I think this might be too risky. But what we can do? Rook here. And then what? Queen here. Rook goes back. There's no way to make any progress. This is probably too slow. Well, is there any plans for white? I mean black? Maybe there is no. So g4 might be a choice. Okay, let's start with rook c1. I think he doesn't have time to take here. Maybe this wasn't the best, but okay, this is very long shot, but maybe it's possible. I don't know. Do I have chance to play c4? Rook takes c3. Are these getting weak or not? Very hard to say. Interesting position. Oh, actually, I don't have d3, d6 because knight c5 takes d6, rook d8, or maybe I have bishop c5. Okay, it works, but it's not so easy. And then queen takes b4 if black tries to do some pinning tactics. Maybe I should play king h1 and just wait and see. Is there anything black can do? There is weak spots. So I think there is no time for this kind of plans. Maybe I can do some slow progress. Okay, I think I can do this. I think this maneuvering plan is not the best because I don't have to trade those bishops. But let's see. At least now it's clumsy. Clumsy bishop. I think I can go back. And now if bishop goes here, we have time to take on b4. Maybe he have to play bishop d8. Okay, what is the plan? If I just play this way, bishop takes, then I'm pawn up at least. Queen c7. Aha. But the back rank. I can take here. Queen takes. Rook c1 takes. I will take here because bishop is on b8. And I think he missed that move. Yeah, it seems to be the case. By the way, in Sicilian Najdorf, queen takes c2 might lead rook c1 in quite many positions, so it's very good to know this kind of tactical plan. Hello, welcome. Okay, 94.3. Not too bad, but I wasn't sure about my moves after the opening. Okay, it looks like a4 is the main move here. Maybe this is the line I was trying to remember. Yeah, now there's no bishop anymore, and this is only slightly better for white. This looks quite normal to me. Bishop c4, yes, something like this. Rook c8, then we have queen queen e2 is better than queen d3. The idea is to take this one if something like queen c7 happens. Okay, but here a5 gives gives white a good prospects because this bishop is much more important than this knight. Okay, I could castle long here. Yeah, why not? And then I have free roll on king side. Yes, I do some online coaching, but at the moment I have my calendar is full, so I can't take new students at the moment. Castling here and then g4, h4 looks very good. But I think I was remembering the main line. I mean this position, and here black is more ready to create some play on against d pawn and on queen side. If I castle here, the difference is quite big. I think so. Yeah, bishop can go here, and eventually after castling, knight jumps somewhere here, and rooks are going to c and b file. Then this attack is not so strong anymore. Maybe playable, but still it's there is a big difference if we compare these lines. I mean here, because bishop is already here, it takes time to get here, and maybe there is no chance to put bishop on f6 because this is so quickly, and that is the reason why white is much better here than in that other line. I got 7 out of 11 in titled Thursday tournament. You can check it from on our channel. It's very fast-paced tournament. No time to think, no time to talk, and but somehow I got 7 out of 11. By the way, that was same result than Gotham Chess, for example, got. Okay, rook a1, bishop b8, and now rook goes here. Oh, okay, let's see. Is there anything better than king h1? Okay, this is very useful move, and according to the computer, that might be the best. Okay, black should go back, but what to do here? I'm not sure. Maybe something like bishop g1, because then there's no tricks later. If I do something like f4, maybe I can put my bishops here, because they are playing from there, and then try to get my rooks on center files and push f4. Other idea is g4 in this position, but okay, h6, it gives a hook to play g5, and then g5 will open. Okay, but this is too much. I can't give this d pawn. My king is weak. Okay, maybe it's not so easy to attack with g4. Have to find another ideas, and maybe c4 is the plan, but I wasn't sure. And this rook b1, yeah, then c4. Yeah, white can play this way, and maybe a6 is weaker than c3, and now we have chances to play on queen side as well. Okay, let's play more. Yes, I had a good tournament week today, this week, because Title Tuesday. In Title Tuesday, I got 7 out of 11 also, and I won few grandmasters, even super grandmasters like Pavel Elyanov, and it was quite a good game. And I also won. Okay, I can't remember his name, but I think he won European championships in rapid, or maybe in classical many years ago, but still he's 2660 or something like that. And then there was also some other games, good games. Okay, but let's try to focus on these games now. My strengths and weaknesses as a player. Yeah, it's a good question. Okay, I could play many positions better, but kind of consistency might be the one problem for me. I can play few games very well, but then I can lose, make lots of blunders, and okay, it's human, but it's too human if we compare my level. Maybe that's at least in online chess, it's my biggest problem at the moment, that I blunder a lot. I can't concentrate every game as well as should concentrate. Maybe those things. Okay, but let's try to concentrate this one. Okay, I should get my king in castle soon. This is clearly a plan for white. Maybe I can take here knight f6. Looks quite equal, but queen can go here and here. So I think white is a bit better there, but I would like to get more from the opening. Knight e5 hits the bishop, and if bishop goes here, then knight f6. It's a bit tricky plan, but I think it's the best one if it works, and I think it works. So let's play it. Okay, there might be some problems with rook e1, because if I take, queen takes, and then knight f5, and now I'm using moves to trade the bishop pair. Positional wise, it's a good idea, but then my development is not ready for knight f5 kind of moves, and that might lead in trouble. Okay, I don't have to do this immediately. Maybe bishop e7, and then I have time to take here with the check if knight jumps to f5. Okay. Hopefully I'm not missing anything. Of course, my style is quite kind of style that there's lots of blunders. I mean, I can blunder easily because I try to play accurate way, and then sometimes you are missing things. But I think it's a good playing style if you want to win, because it makes pressure on your opponent and gives you a chance to take initiative as early as possible. Okay, now I think I can castle. If knight jumps here, I can retreat or take here first and retreat. So no problems. I mean, some kind of cheating using computers or whatever. I mean, I played against cheater, for example, on Monday and last Friday, and that's why I set that kind of ball. Okay, interesting knight center. Should we do something about it, or just play queen c7? I don't want to let this development move happen, but I think he can try to play knight f5. But then I can take here and here. Okay, queen c7 looks actually very good. And then rook d8. And maybe it's white's queen that has to move from d file. Maybe queen e2. Interesting. Maybe b5, bishop b7, if I have time to do that. Have to be careful, because a4 might break this pawn structure, but I think I can push b4, and it's more likely that white's pawn structure is getting weak. But of course, this is the key moment. What is going to happen in the center? Okay, bishop g5. If I take and take, then white pieces are activating, and I don't want that. So maybe rook d8. If he takes, I can take with the queen. Yeah. Let's follow the plan. Everything is fine at the moment. Okay, queen e2. Now, if we take here, it's a bit better than earlier. Okay, maybe knight f4 now, because it hits here, and knight d3. At least there's some tricks. Maybe this one, and that one, and e5, and f4, f5. This is a must, because actually he can do, yeah, okay, but still, rook here, e5, and then f5. I think I can handle that. That looks very interesting. Of course, this kind of plans are very demanding. If my knights are getting trouble, then I'm going to lose. But again, I think this is the way to play if you want to play active plans and try to take initiative. I could do something like bishop d7 and try to find something with positional plans. Of course, this is of course positional plan, but there's lots of tactics there also. So plan is to put knight here and try to get these pawns rolling. e5, f5, e4. That looks almost winning if I can do that. By the way, there is a poll in the chat. If you haven't voted yet, feel free to vote. It seems that we have different opinions about online cheating. Thanks for voting. Okay, queen goes here, and I think I have to be quick now. Otherwise, he will have time to calculate. Okay, knight tries to get there. Is there time to take on b2? Knight jumps here. I can take, and my knight can come back. So let's take this one. But it's very important to take here first to get rooks connected, and this helps me later. Okay, knight c4. If rook goes to b1, that is at least an option. It hits the queen. Knight d6 if needed, and then queen somewhere. I'm pawn up, and this structure is quite weak. Rook e1, the same plan. Oh, but the queen can take here. Aha, so I need another knight to d3 to cover this and hit here. Then I have queen f6 or queen f8. There is no time to take d3 because d4 is hanging. Okay, this is not easy chess, but looks like this looks good for black. Okay, he played bishop f5. Let's take here. And now I have to move the queen because it goes with the check. Queen f6 looks very natural. Then both are hanging. Oh, okay, he took there. This knight is hanging now. Okay. This should be very good for me, I think so. G6, for example, this bishop is hanging in many lines. So G6 looks winning. Check. G5 is not working. So what is the plan? Okay, maybe knight jumps here, but still. Should I start with knight c4? Queen goes here, maybe not. Okay, let's do this. Maybe there is knight e4. But I can do this at least. And knight c4 is very good looking move. Okay, knight c4, queen here, then b5, knight e4. Is that a problem? So knight c4, queen here, knight d2 hits here, and then we have plans with knight hits 3. What is going on now? There's e4 plan at least. If queen goes here, I can take here, king takes, and e4. It breaks this defense, and then if knight takes, queen takes f3. I think I'm seeing tactics today. Hopefully, I'm calculating correctly. Yeah, and now knight d2. If he takes... okay, maybe I should play b5. Knight here, then queen goes e4. That looks good. At least. Or maybe I have intermediate move. Okay, let's play b5. Okay, is this better or not? I think I should prevent this plan, but okay, knight d3 is very active way to play. Check, king goes here, then queen f4. Okay, have to choose something. I think this is not working because I have knight takes g5, everything is covered. Okay, he did that one. I think I can do this. Have to be quick. Have to be practical. There is no queen e7 after taking here because I have... Oh, maybe he can do that actually. Okay. Should I change my plan? Okay, maybe not, because this bishop hangs and then f6 hangs. Oh, there's even checkmate plans, maybe. If knight... Oh, it covers this square. Queen here. Check. I don't have time to take this one. There's perpetual at least. Okay, but... Okay, this should be easy now. Okay, rook d2, rook d2. Okay, time trouble. e4 is not an option. Okay, let's play queen f6. It covers this pawn and hits here. It's very hard to find good ways to play. Okay, maybe that one. Is the rook ending winning? I think so. Yeah, that might be the easiest way to avoid any kind of blunders. Okay, that wasn't the best plan. Now I have to be careful. But these pawns are exchanging, so no problems. And this is winning, of course. Interesting game. Let's see a few of the key moments. Maybe this is too slow, but I wanted to prevent this famous tactics. Queen takes d5, and if I take, then check, and white is very happy. So a6, e5 is very good choice. Yeah, it's more active, of course. And after this, knight c6, bishop, castling, rook d8, c8, something. Very easy way to play. Now white might have something. Knight e5 is the best according to the computer. Okay, that's good. Okay, now I should take here according to the computer. But this looks quite dangerous to me. Okay, maybe there is no chance to do this. Yeah, maybe not. But how to react? Oh, okay. It's there's no protection on g5, so knight e2 first castling, and knight e4. Things can go wrong easily here. Okay. Maybe this is nothing, but it's not so easy to evaluate because these pieces are pointing to my king, and this structure makes hard to bring defensive forces here. So okay, what did I do? I played this way. Queen c7, f6. Okay, this is correct way to play. e5, taking b2. Okay, I think I played quite well here. But here I didn't find anything better. Is there anything? Knight d3. Of course, it hits here and here, but what about queen c7? Okay, knight d2. This is nightmare for white because f2 is dropping if bishop goes somewhere. And after queen e7, is this winning? Ah, there's checkmate in 5. Okay, but this is winning. Yeah. This was my plan. And then my knight is hanging. But okay, I can still play this because I have very good knights and 2 pawn for exchange, knight and 2 pawn for exchange, so queen f4 for example. But of course it's much better to make the checkmate, but I didn't see that I can check and go back, and knight takes here, if king goes here, checkmate on h2. Okay, and the rook ending was quite easy. Okay, let's see what is the evaluation about the game. 89.5. Yeah. Hello, welcome. Oh, let's see what we have in the chat. I was so concentrating on that game that I didn't see. Yeah, I think there might be some chances to improve still in my case, but I'm quite old, so it's not so easy. But of course, doing right things and avoid wrong things, progress might be possible. I mean, good progress is always possible, but have to find the right direction. I'm not the best active player in Finland, but I'm top 3 at the moment, or top 4 at the moment. Yeah. Okay, let's play more. But I have won Finnish championships many times, 7 times, classical, time control and blitz 12 times. But of course, I'm not as quick as I was when I was young. But now I think I understand better, but I'm much slower than I was. In Finland, we have something like 5 GMs in all time. I think so. Only 5 GMs. And at the moment, Tommy Nyback is rating number 1. Of course, he is a very strong grandmaster. And we have young talent Toivo Keinänen, who has 2,500 elo, but he's not grandmaster yet. And I think I'm 3rd or 4th. There's also Vilka Sipilä, who is very close to get 2,500. And he has few GM norms, as far as I know. Okay, let's play Italian game. If white plays h3 too early, black can create play with g5 and long castling. That's one plan. But we can play something like b4 here. Try to get something on queen side. And usually black plays something like h6, h3, castling. Okay, g5. Okay, maybe I played this too early. And g5 might be an option for black, but still I think this might be dubious as well, because this looks quite tempting now. If pawn takes, we can take here. There are some chances to create very strong threats on f7, then d4, f4. Rook will join into action. So bishop takes g5 is at least a tempting option. Okay, maybe it's not working. There is even rook g8 and counterattacks. So maybe d4 to close this diagonal, and after g4 we can what we can do. This might be a choice also, because there is no knight h5. This looks very flexible. Yeah, and then bishop e3, no g4 plans. Okay, let's play this way. Maybe g4 is still an option, because then rook goes here. This might be a bit passive. But I saw this kind of plan that I can push g5 and close this file, but then H file is open, and maybe it's not working as well as should work. Maybe bishop here to get this trade, and then F file is a good file for me. Okay, G4. Now we can trade the knight, and then G5. It's a bit different, but still he can put queen on H4. So this is not easy. Okay, queen F3 hits here after trade. Yeah, maybe this is working for white. There is no chance to take this with the knight. Okay, he can take with the bishop and then with the rook, but still, it's not so easy to get these pieces in play because there's pressure on F6. I'm quite quick with bishop E3. Okay, what is that? Okay, now the idea is to take with the knight. And what about D4? Oh, then there's no chance to create anything. Should I play G5 to close those files? Black will take and play G4. And what then? Bishop E3. My queen get in trouble here. Knight takes. Bishop takes. Well. Okay. Maybe this is the best chance, but I think black is doing better than fine here. It was a wrong plan to play knight H2, but we can check those details later. Okay, thanks for supporting. Let's see who is the next one. Do I have time to take here? He takes and queen H4, then back, and there is no bishop. We are both are attacking at the moment, so this is very hard position to evaluate who is really better here. I think black is, but it's still not easy because after rook takes, it's out of play. I need only few moves to get something. Some plans, and I think he can't really allow this plan. Rook can join into action. For example, in those lines where I play queen G3. Okay, let's see. Now I think I have to take here. Or should I play this? That spinning plan might be actually a very good one. I think I have to be brave and play this way. H5. Oh. That is maybe too good for... then I have knight f3, queen h4. And maybe it's working. Okay. Let's see. Now I have f4 at least. If knight jumps back, then we have this one. If trade happens, then we have this one. So f4. Very interesting position, by the way. h5, h4. I can take here and sacrifice my queen and g7. Oh, can I do that? Maybe I can't, but it's very interesting idea. Anyway, but I don't have to do that. After h4, I have plenty of options, at least few. This might be the best plan for black, because then my best minor piece is going to get traded. Okay, he's following my stream. Okay, but anyway, I have this plan and try to activate my rook as quickly as possible. I think this is quite equal. Okay, I have to speed up because I'm thinking too much. Maybe knight d2 is better than knight here. Yeah, why not? Of course. This might lose some tempos. Okay, this is of course a threat now. But can I have time? Can I do this? Or b5? Or just king here? This is hanging now. Knight g4. It's too much, I think so. Just here. Queen here I can take. I think something went wrong for black, because b5, if he trades, my knight will go here. Very good defensive piece and attacking piece same time. And okay, maybe we can trade on e6, but then yeah, then this if pawn is not a problem anymore. So I think I have to do something else. But what else? This is hanging also. Okay, it was a good choice to play this one. Okay, this hits here, so I think I will win a tempo. And b5 as quickly as possible. Very hard to say, actually. Maybe I should take here and then this same plan, because then b5. So I think he can take here now. There's no checkmate, so it was better to take here and then queen e3. Should I take this with the pawn or with the knight? I don't know. But still, maybe this is equal. My king is quite safe. Maybe I have some chances with b5. This is out of play. Okay, but somehow I didn't take with this, but okay, maybe it's better because these are using same squares. And I can push b5. At least b file is open soon. My pawns are not good here. Okay, he tries to take here now. Okay, but I can trade queens with the check. Oh, is it a good plan actually? Maybe rook f4. And then we can play, yeah. This looks better. Check, and then queen here, a rook here. I think I might have some other plans. Can I win this somehow? Maybe I can't. Rook f2. Yeah. I'm too short on time. I think I'm better now, but the time is the issue here. I try to take here and put rook on. I think this should be winning now. Oh, I missed that one. But am I lucky to get this rook? Yeah, knight f6. Yeah, there's a pin. Nasty trick. Now I'm better. Again. My knight and queen are playing much better together, and g-pawn is more a bigger threat than these pawns, but of course it's very hard to play with these pawns. I have to be very active. Okay, that's the way to play, and now it's yeah, it's very good for black. He played very well there. Now I'm probably losing. maybe not anymore. Okay, he tries for more, but now this is clearly dangerous for him also. Okay, have to be precise. But how? An interesting battle, but I think I was lucky, but also he was lucky in some point. Let's see. This is the first critical moment. He plays g5, and that's why h3 is not the best. I should play this first, then g5 is not so good. There's no hook. He can't really open the position, and that's why now h3, g5. I don't have time for this because g4 is already very good for black. And he played here perfectly. G4 is very good choice. According to the computer, he can do something like this, but why not just G4? Okay, maybe black can do this. Yeah. This is the only move to keep the balance. F4, yeah. Rook F2. Okay, I was thinking this, but I didn't see that both pieces are hanging. Or I don't know why. Maybe, okay, maybe I didn't see Queen E3 in this position, but okay, now the things are going his way, of course, but something happened. And now I'm okay. There was knight b5, but here I thought that I'm much better, but I didn't see that my rook is hanging in those lines. So oh, but there's knight c5, and I can take here immediately. Okay, so it works, but this is nasty trick because I was just thinking that I can do some discovery attacks or rook here, rook f7, something like this. This should win as well. Yeah. Okay, but then he took here. This is of course a must, I think so, because otherwise I'm winning this rook, and then white is much better, or at least a bit better in this rook knight ending. Okay, there's knight e6. But this is very risky decision already. E-pawn is so strong. And now it's probably equal. If pawn moves here, then I can put my knight here and move back and forth. and then there's no chance to break this position, and then it's equal. But he wanted more, and now it's clear that white is going to win. Of course, something can happen here, but usually there's many ways to win. Yeah, okay. Thanks for reminding me. Thank you. I think we have to stop for today. I'm going to teach chess to kids, and that's why we have to stop now, even though I would like to play more, but sometimes have to go. But on Monday, I'm stream again. It's Rapid Chess, and hopefully you can join to the stream. Thanks for watching, thanks for voting, and have a nice weekend. See you.